This is RJ with MMAworldwide.com here with Gilbert Melendez, Strikeforce fighter extraordinaire. Tell us about your last fight. You came out on the opposite side of the decision against Punk Thompson. Amazing fight. Tell us your thoughts again on that fight, and then how you think it's going to be different the next time you guys fight.
Yeah. First of all, thanks. My thoughts on that fight was Josh was the better man that night. To tell you the truth, I gave it my all that night, but usually I have more to give, and he did great. He stuck and moved really well, and I chased him like a fool. But I still want to chase him. I still want to do it. He did a great job. It was a good fight. I look back on it, and I know I'm better than that. I know I have more to give. And while training for this fight, I think it's going to be a lot different. I think it's going to be the same game, but it's going to be a lot more action, a lot more shots, a lot more punching, a lot more action. Same thing, just way more MMA involved, and there's a lot better training going on as well.
It seemed like that fight you were chasing with punches and he was countering with kicks, punches, and takedowns. Are you going to change? You'll always be the aggressive Gilbert Melendez, but do you think you're going to be aggressive in a little bit more tactful way, or is it still going to be kind of a Tasmanian devil?
I hope so, man. I hope so. I'm hoping becoming a mature fighter. I always want to stay aggressive, but hopefully I show some maturity out there, and play it a little smarter, and sometimes my balls take over, and I just want to keep throwing and try to come attacking like a pit bull and stuff. But hopefully I'll be a little more disciplined and smart out there, and I think I will be.
After that fight, it seems you rededicated yourself. When you made your new home, it seems like where people's living room is, you now have an MMA gym. Tell us about that.
Yeah, definitely, man. I created the Nino training center. A lot of people took it the wrong way. Like if I cashed in and decided just to open up a gym and stop training hard and just train people and do that, they got the wrong idea if that's the case. What I did was, I tried to copy Floyd Mayweather. He has, obviously not as nice I don't have as much money, so I have to do 2-in-1. But, I opened up my own El Nino training center, and I live there. I got my kitchen there. I got a couple cool things in there for me to get by. But mainly, I wake up, I got a treadmill, I got some weights, and I got my mat space, and I bring all my boys in there, whoever I think is capable and is good to help me, and we throw it down, And I do have students as well too, man. We have a bunch of cool students, but they understand what the game plan is, and that's to become pro fighters and and to train hard and work hard in there. So basically got to be with the program, or you're probably maybe not made for it.
Some people say they eat, sleep, and train, but you actually do eat, sleep, and train.
Yeah, exactly, man. I eat, sleep, and train, and I wake up. I'm never late to practice, and I got everything the way I want it. I got a lot of structure in my training now, thanks to this.
Tell us your thoughts on the Strikeforce acquisition of Elite XC, the big Showtime contracts, the new roster of fighters. What does that mean for you, who's actually in the division, actually doing the fighting?
Man, this is a very exciting time, for me and for the organization, Strikeforce. I've been with them for a long time. I've been loyal to them, and Scott Coker's been great to me. It was coming to a time where I was like, man, he pushes me a lot, gives me some, much exposure as possible, but, I was reaching that point where I was like, man, we need a little bit more exposure. I need it. I had a great fight against Clay Guida, no one ever saw. I had a couple, good fights that no one ever saw on Strikeforce, and even with Josh, people saw it on HD Net, but not the world got to see it. But now all of a sudden, so I was kind of thinking like, man, maybe I need to try something different to get some exposure. And Scott Coker surprised me again. Got Showtime deal, and now I'm remotivated. I got to look good on TV now, dude. I'm gonna fight in front of the whole nation. I'm backed into a corner, and I'm actually excited about it. The whole world gets to see me now. So it's an exciting time, and I'm happy about it.
Speaking of, kind of backed into the corner, you went undefeated your first, 10, 11, some fights. You had that big win over Kawajiri and Pride, you're top of the world. You've since lost a couple. You never know what that's like been before. Do you really feel like you're backed into a corner and this is kind of make or break, or is it still just business as usual, I'm going to train and fight?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I went I went 14-0 for a minute, or 12-0 for a minute. I don't know what it was. I think it might have been 14 even. But
we'll say 14.
Yeah, we'll say 14. Anyways. I never was like, I never had to, stick up my ass because I was 14-0 or ever thought about that. I always take one fight at a time. But, I think, it kind of was easy, not easy, but, I didn't really have much structure to anything. And I got really high without doing as much as I had to do, and you know, and maybe I lost a little bit of motivation, you know, or maybe I fought too much, you know. I don't know what it was, but regardless of what it is, like, I want to get back in the cage now. I'm looking forward to fighting, you know. I'm excited, you know. I'm looking forward to looking good and just going out there and giving my best. And I think it's just important every time I step into the cage now that I'm motivated for it, and I'm not, you know, I'm not fighting just because, hey, it's time to fight again, you know. And that's the difference this time.
Final thoughts. Josh Thompson's right here, April 11th. What are you going to tell him to expect?
What am I going to tell him? I got nothing to say to him. I got nothing at all to say to him. But I guess if I have one thing to say, man. He's in for the hardest fight of his life. Definitely, this is the one he's going to always remember for the rest of his life. And you know, I can't say I guarantee victory, but I plan on giving him hell. You know.
All right, you've been talking to Gilbert Melendez, Strikeforce fighter, April 11th, title fight against Josh Thompson on Showtime.